Welcome to the Reiki Healer and the Church Girl podcast. This is Stephanie here, the Reiki Healer. Well, April's decided she's going to take another little more hiatus and work on different things for a while, so I hope you enjoy just the Reiki Healer. I enjoy myself, huh? No, really, right? I wanted to be happy, so I had to learn how to enjoy being a human. And I'm perfectly imperfect. I make lots of mistakes, and I've been tired lately a little because my sleep's messed up somehow. Oh, well, the oxygen machine had to have a cleaning, so I haven't had an oxygen machine now again for a couple of weeks. And I think I'm really feeling it. So, yeah, so anyway, I've been a little forgetful, but I love me, and I understand that when I'm tired, my brain doesn't work as good, and that's okay. Because eventually we're going to, in the next few weeks, we're going to buy our own oxygen machine, and then we'll just learn to clean it and take care of it ourselves. Because it's always nice to be able to take care of the stuff we own ourselves and not need to go to, a repairman all the time. Even one time we were staying at a friend's, helping clean up his house after he transformed back to pure energy. And in some cases we'd say died, but I like saying transformed to pure energy. And something was wrong with the washing machine, and I Googled it, and I did what they said, and we fixed it. So, that was pretty good feeling for me. I love being resourceful and resilient. It's really empowering for me. Well, I was thinking today, since it's the shortest day of the year, what if we talk about solstice and Christmas? Because when I was growing up, Christmas was so important. I was born in Western Washington, and we had Christmas trees and lots of presents and big family dinners at my mom's house usually. And there was a great teak table we sat around. And someday I hope I get to have that in my house. It's still at my mom's house now, or my stepdad's house now, because my mom, of course, shed her earthly meat suit as well. So, yep. And just thinking about my history and how I used to celebrate Christmas and now how I celebrate solstice. And Christmas was so fun. I mean, I remember, eating so much, and you're so bloated after turkey dinner, right? And everybody's sitting around. And of course, in my family, there was always lots of drinking at the holidays. Tom and Jerry parties, and that's a sweet, syrupy drink that you mix booze with lots of egg whites and stuff. I never had it as an adult, but I had it sometimes as a kid. I'd get a little teeny one. Yes. Oh, my alcohol, yes, it was very worshipped. When I'd have a period or something, my mom would give me a hot toddy, right? Hot water, whiskey, and lemon. And that cures your hot toddy. I mean, that cures your menstrual cramps for sure. And sometimes if I had a cold, she'd give me that. So it wasn't unheard of to give me alcohol as a child. But getting back to Christmas, yes, there was always lots of inebriation, but my family was very good at getting me lots of presents and usually what I wanted, and I felt very blessed. And I remember my mom had a friend that was Jehovah's Witness, and the only thing I could remember about being Jehovah's Witness is that the kids didn't get any presents on holidays or birthdays, and I thought that was terrible, because I thought that was the best part about being a kid was presents, right? I loved presents. And I was so blessed that I got a present of a horse when I was a kid and an English saddle, and I was very blessed. I had a dirt bike. Very blessed. My dad worked at a pulp mill, and our house payment was $210 a month. And my dad made $18 an hour, so it doesn't, that's a good spread, right? It's more like, I don't even think living wage in America is $18 an hour yet, but the house is like a lot more money. $32,000, and we got a farm, 20 acres, a barn, a 7-stall open-faced steel shed, a wood shed, a workshop. Oh my gosh, it was very wonderful. I was very blessed to grow up on a farm, and I'm always thankful for my dad and mom for doing that for me. And my dad wanted a farm, and I thought I was Laura Ingalls Wilder reincarnated, right? It's like, oh my gosh. So Christmas, I was very blessed, and I had my mom's mom with me for until I was in my 30s. She was like my second mom, and my dad's mom we didn't have very long. I think she lived till I was 7. So, but my mom's mom was very much a big part of my life. I would spend summers there and stuff. So yeah, so Christmas at my mom's mom, Grandma Ruth, Grandma Ponytail we called her because she would have a ponytail and then she would make it a bun, and that's what I called her as a little girl. And she was an artist, and I think she would love that I'm married to an artist now, and that I'm helping him and helping myself to create businesses, because my grandpa and my grandma were self-employed. My grandpa had a used car dealership, and then my grandma invested the money. So I'm very blessed. And I was thinking about that the other day. Robert's grandparents were entrepreneurial too. Robert's grandfather owned his own grain grinding mill, and they had a car in Lafayette. So that's another long story. So getting back to Christmas. Christmas is such a wonderful time for me as a child, and then as I grew up and I learned about other traditions, just about 15 or 20 years ago, there was a movie online called Zeitgeist. And in Zeitgeist, that's where I learned a lot about Solstice and where that came from, and how Solstice and Christianity was related, which totally blew my mind. And so, because like paganism took Christianity used a lot of the pagan holidays to help bring the people into the church, because then they could still celebrate the same time, but they just changed the ceremonies a little bit. And so it was fascinating. In Zeitgeist, it was talking about in times of old, when the solstice was the shortest day of the year, so they celebrated that because solstice is the shortest day of the year, and then for 3 days the sun rises go at the same spot as the shortest day of the year. So the day stays about the same for just the first 2 or 3 days, it said in Zeitgeist. And then on the third day, which is the 25th, because the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, the fourth day after that, the first 3 days the sun raises to the same place. The fourth day, the sun raises, it comes up a little higher. So the sun rises. So that's interesting, because that was the day Jesus was born. So that was the day he would be rising too. And so I just thought it's so fascinating that some of the biblical traditions also follow the sun traditions, because the sun obviously is sun, and for some reason it seems like we all revere the sun in every community and every society and every civilization, because the sun gives us what? Light and food and warmth and that wonderful feeling on your skin on a nice sunny day. Oh, it's so wonderful. And so when the sun came back and had that first light coming a little bit more longer, all the people were so rejoiced that that's when they made the celebrations on solstice, and then a few days after solstice as well, to celebrate the return of the light. And that's what all these Christmas traditions and holiday, like the Jewish have the menorah with all the 12 or 13 or whatever. I don't know much about that tradition, but there's lots of lights. And there's, candles in the churches, in Catholic churches for prayers. And so all about the light. And then to get back to Dr. Jack Kruse and light, right? The light from the candles has red light in it, so that's better for you. He said in a video I watched recently that he lights his house a lot with candlelight, because we're craving, especially up here. Oh my gosh, I think we barely get 8 hours of light in Canada where I live this time of year. And so it's amazing that how much the light changes here. Like 10 minutes, it's a lot every day. Oh, it changes a lot. And so it's so fun realizing how everything's connected. Just like the mycelium connects all the trees and they help each other, science and religion and astronomy, they all work together and they all take different parts and learn and grow, is what it seems like to me. And what I like is there's all different kind of religions, and I've learned stuff from lots. I've read the Mahabharata. I haven't read the whole Bible, but I've read lots of it. I studied Psalms, the book of Psalms. And so what's meaningful to me is just celebrating and enjoying the light and enjoying the celebrations, whatever they are. It's so fun. I mean, one of my favorite traditions this time of year now is going to a friend's at a very secular party where we get to make gingerbread houses. What a joy. They're probably like 8 inches long and 10 inches high and 4 inches wide. And all the icing sugars made up within frosting that's extra sticky so you can stick all kinds of candies. I mean, you can't imagine. There's more candy in that room. There was 19 gingerbread houses that they made that were that big. And you could even take an ice cream cone, the pointed kind, not like the flat kind, but the pointy kind, the waffle cones. And then you turn that upside down and then you paint it green and make it a Christmas tree. Like, come on, there's so much. They make a green dye icing for the trees if you want. And so my friend Lucy does. And it's just, she's been doing this like 25 years. Sometimes I'll put a picture of my house I must have one. A picture of my house on the cover photo of this podcast so that you can see it. Yep, I took some pictures. Oh, good. That makes me happy. Yeah. So I can show you my gingerbread house. And to me, like, that's the funnest party. It's a potluck party. We used to drink when we go there, but I've been sober for 10 years and this year. That feels really good. Oh, booze is just poison. I can't even believe booze is poison and pot has been illegal in so many places of the world. If you drink too much booze, as I have, it turns off your brain and leaves your body running. It's called a blackout drunk. I knew a guy that drove all the way to Idaho before he woke out of his blackout drunk. Now, I never did anything quite that crazy, but I've definitely been driving home, and then I didn't know how I got home when I got there, and once I ran into the ditch all by myself, and I didn't know how I got there, and I woke up in the ditch, right? So I've definitely drank too much. And I always thought, boy, if I ever had kids, which I never did, that I hope they smoke weed and not drink, because that's really terrible when you drink and it turns off your brain. You do all kinds of stuff. I think in France or something, they even have special laws if you're drunk. It's different than they've changed the laws because you're a different person. It totally changes your brain, alcohol. So I'm grateful to celebrate. I used to get all drunk on holidays, and now I'm all sober on holidays. I used to go dancing drunk, and now I celebrate and dance sober. And it just feels so good that I can master myself. I think that's what this life is all about. And the more we can master ourselves and change and evolve, right? Like I changed and I used to love presents, and now presents aren't that important to me. Robert and I just get the stuff we need throughout the year that we need. And, I get to buy a turkey for Thanksgiving, and I get to buy a turkey for Christmas. And it sounds like our health food store might have some extra turkeys, so maybe I'll get one in January or February. Wouldn't that be good? Have an extra turkey in the year. I just love turkey, and then I make turkey soup, and I pick the bones, and oh my goodness. So I'm very grateful that I get a turkey, and that's really what I want for Christmas is wholesome, good food, and I just love that, this is my 30th year eating organic, and I feel good, and I'm eating keto, and lots of fat, and lots of meat, and, I just heard on that line, this is getting way off subject, but I just was watching a video by J.P. Sears, and this poor young lady was so vegan and raw vegan, and she only ate fruit, and she died of malnutrition. Well, when I was vegan, I lost 5 teeth, so yes, and then I ate meat again, and I never lost another tooth, and I'd never lost a tooth before that. So, yes, it was a little disheartening. But anyways, so if you're going vegan, be careful. And I know another woman who was raw vegan for so long. When she had a baby, the baby almost died when it was coming down the birth canal because the the umbilical cord collapsed as the baby was being born, and it lost oxygen the whole time it was in the birth canal and just about didn't make it. So it is so important for us to eat meat. Oh my gosh, I love meat. And I'm excited to eat more different kind of species. So far I've just eaten the kangaroo, some kangaroo burger ones. But I think I've eaten elk and I've eaten deer before when I was a kid. My dad used to hunt. So, yeah, so changing and evolving and growing and reevaluating our traditions to see if they still serve us. Do our beliefs still serve us? I remember a long time ago I used to think I was worthless and didn't have any value and ugly and fat, and I was a little chubby, but not. I weighed 155 most of my life, and now I weigh 120. So, and this is the weight I always wanted to be. So, 35 pounds overweight, more than I wanted. That's not bad, but oh my goodness. I hope that you enjoy whatever it is you celebrate. Solstice, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, celebrations that I never even heard of. I'd love to hear about it. If you celebrate something, I'd love to hear about it. Tell me all about it. Because that's how I learn. I love to learn. I'm a learning machine. Because that's what makes me feel good. Well, thanks so much for being here. And oh my God, can you believe it? Just, I think, one more. Do I even have one more podcast for this year? Or is this the last podcast of the year? Let's see, the 21st. Oh no, it's the 28th or the 29th next. And I'll do my best to do one for tomorrow and get back onto my weekly schedule. It's very important to me to connect with you, my audience. I love you so much. And I just want to encourage you to grow and change and try a new tradition. I have one friend and she makes pizza for Christmas. I thought that's cute. Yeah, so we can celebrate whatever makes us feel good. So I hope you're surrounded by people you love and who love to celebrate in your perfect way. All right. Well, if you need any earrings, handmade, hand-painted earrings, or a painting for your wall, go to robertsarens.com. If you need a sketch for one of your blogs or posts, or a book you're writing, contact April at SignsOfApril at Red Bubble. And if you need some encouragement or a healing treatment of Reiki mixed with reflexology, connect with the Reiki healer Stephanie Me at stephaniesarens.ca. And I really appreciate you all being here, and I love you, and I appreciate you all. Take care. Happy Solstice 2024. Oh my gosh, it's going to be an exciting year. Oh, and a friend of mine told me that I have a lot of faith in, belief in what she tells me. She's a wise woman. She owns Botanical Bliss, and she makes the best face creams, all out of really yummy stuff and rosehip oil, and ooh, yum. And so anyway, she told me that we moved into the age of Aquarius on November 19th, the day after my birthday. So that it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. So, and the last time the stars were in this order, or last time we were in this house of the rising sun, or whatever you call it, this place in the universe, in our roundabout the sun, we got the Declaration of Independence and many, many positive things. So let's let Elon Musk audit the American government, and let's have some positive change in all of our lives. So I love you all. Take care. And I dare you to have fun. Let's make 2025 the most revolutionary year. Imagine how you want us all to get along. Use your powerful intuition and your powerful creative process to imagine the world we want. Peace, cooperation, compassion, helpfulness, patience, And lots of cooperation and understanding and acceptance. That everybody's different and we're all the same at the same time. So that's what me and April stand for. We're very different, but we love each other. And we're the same. We both got like uteruses and toes and hair and eyeballs, right? And we both got red blood. Yeah, so. Anyways, I love you all. Take care and happy solstice.